I'm going to share with you a very simple science of breathing. Because we see a lot of complications and complicated rhythms of breath which are being practiced under the banner of Pranayama. But that's not a wise man's way to understand breath to begin with. We have to see in nature there are only two ways to breathe. One is the emergency way to breathe, and one is the natural way to breathe. So what is this emergency way to breathe? That whenever the animal is running for food or running for life, then the emergency way of breathing comes into play. Always the mouth is open. Constant, shallow, fast breathing for a very short time, because it has to save itself or it has to hunt for food. And whenever the animal is resting, it will always breathe in the belly, nasal abdominal breathing. This is the natural way to breathe. But in this chaos of modern times in the 21st century, we are so used to this chaotic breathing, the emergency way of breathing, that constantly the mouth is open. In some way or the other, the breath is very shallow. With all this unaware lifestyle, the living that we have, the breath has become very shallow. Quick, fast breathing. And that's why people are facing all these problems nowadays of blood pressure, heart diseases, diabetes, liver problems, kidney problems. 80% of human problems. Science has proven this. 80% of human problems are called psychosomatic problems. Problems which are connected with the imbalance of the body or with the imbalance of the mind, the psycho or the soma. And they are both connected intimately with the breath. So if you go to learn breathing to a teacher who's wise, who has wisdom, who has understood all these parameters of mind, breath, body, connected intimately with each other, without any barriers, without any conflicts, he will first ask you to learn how to breathe naturally. For example, look at all the small babies. We all were babies when we were born. And all the babies breathe in the belly. Look at them, the belly rising, the belly falling, the stomach rising, the stomach falling, in and out. And they're all full of energy, unconditional love, happy all the time, living in the moment, absorbing all the surroundings without any judgments, non-judgmental living. The baby is so unconditional. And they found out the extreme amounts of energy that a baby has is they are connecting it to the breathing in the belly. So learn to breathe in the belly. It's like you learn how to drive a car. So for the first time when you want to learn how to drive a car, you go to a driving school. And a good driver will always teach you first about how the neutral is connected to other gears, to the gearbox. So the neutral is very important. Before any shift of gears, any number of gears, all the gear shifts will pass through the neutral breath. This is how all the pranayama, the shifts of the breath, the controlling of the breath, it is a very highly evolved science used by the yogis in ancient times to regulate and manipulate and harmonize the internal and external system and environment. But nowadays people work only with that pranayama at a very superficial level without understanding the implications, without understanding the complications, without understanding the science of pranayama deeply. One has to learn to see, before you become a race driver, you have to learn to do some basic driving. And for that, you have to learn where the neutral is. So this neutral, this natural in this system of breath is your belly breath. Breathe in the abdomen and almost all your problems will be taken care of. You will connect to the body, you will connect to the mind, and you will automatically connect to the here and now, because the breath is the subtlest reality in the here and now for a common man. It is there with you all the time. Breathe in the belly. Breathe correctly. Breathe like a baby. And you will always be full of love. Always be in the moment of your awareness of the reality now. Because your breath can only be in the now. If you're with your breath, you will be in the now. You cannot go to the future. You cannot go to the past. You will be with the now because your breath is neither in the future, neither in the past. It is here and now. So breathe like a baby. Breathe naturally. That's the right way to breathe. That's the right way to start your journey towards breath and understanding breath.